Oklahoma City became a big league city when the NBA decided to call this one of their homes with the Oklahoma City Thunder. We've seen our fair city grow immensely over the last decade, and now a new book chronicles that growth in Big League City, Oklahoma City's rise to the NBA. The author, State Senator David Holt, joins me in this studio. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me on, Angie. I appreciate it.
Of course, of course. Now, how did your experience help you with writing this book?
Sure. Well, I was the mayor's chief of staff for 5 years and was present for much of the events that are chronicled in this book, certainly related to the NBA. And so I kind of had that background, and that was obviously why I decided to do this. Nobody else had done it. I thought I had been a front row participant and at least could do it that way. And I actually, since we're in the offices of OPUPCO, it's worth mentioning I was sports editor of my college paper. And
Very nice.
So I thought maybe I possessed the minimum writing competency to pull this off.
That's great. Good for you. So what do you think has helped Oklahoma City grow?
Oh, well, I mean, so many things, so many great leaders, but most of all, the buy-in of the citizens. This story really goes back to 1993 when Mayor Ron Norick, a great leader, put forward the MAPS plan, and the citizens embraced it and voted for it. Then they voted again to extend the tax 6 months, as they were asked to do by Mayor Kirk Humphreys. That allowed the arena to be built. If the arena had never been built, we would obviously be not having this conversation. And then you have, obviously, Mayor Cornett pursuing the NBA. Before Hurricane Katrina gave us the opportunity to host the Hornets, he had been to David Stern's office. A rather novel thing to do. We were so far off their radar, but he put us there, and he got our name in the conversation. But it still took the citizens to embrace it, and as chronicled in the book, in the Big League City campaign of 2008 to renovate the Ford Center. If they had not been there every step of the way, buying tickets, supporting sales tax votes, obviously, again, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Yeah.
So they're ultimately the ones, but obviously leaders like Mick Cornett and Clay Bennett have risen above and led the way.
So tell us about the book. I guess it talks about all that. And
Yeah.
do you go back to even the 1800s, I think I read?
Well, yeah, the book starts in 1889. Now, we get through the first 100 years pretty quickly, but anything that led up to Major League Sports in Oklahoma City is chronicled in the book. But again, that story really starts in the late 80s, early 90s. But there's little episodes that are somewhat forgotten. There's the 97 pursuit of the National Hockey League. Clay Bennett was the lead of the ownership group there. Mayor Norick was front and center in that. As it turned out, we're grateful we didn't get the NHL in 1997. But that was our first attempt to try and enter the major leagues. And all of that's in the book. But, half the book clearly is focused on the period between 05 and 08.
Yeah. Oh, how exciting. Now, obviously, you this is a fairly new book. You have a book signing coming up?
Yeah, the book signing is Friday night, 5 to 7 at Full Circle Bookstore, which is in 50 Penn Place on Northwest Expressway across the street from Penn Square Mall. Everybody knows where that is. And that's actually the publisher of the book, Full Circle Books, and that's where it is available exclusively. So certainly come to the book signing, but if you can't make it, come any other time, and we'll be happy to sell you a copy.
I know it. Now, do you have a website for your book?
There are two places I'd refer you to. For buying the book, you might want to go to fullcirclebooks.com if you need some more information about where the bookstore is. But for more information about the book specifically, bigleaguecitybook.com.
Very nice, very nice. How exciting, and congratulations. I'm sure that this is quite an accomplishment, and just exciting to watch our city grow like you have.
Yeah, well, I've been very lucky. I grew up here, grew up in times in the 80s and 90s when it wasn't so much fun to be here, and it's been a thrill not only to watch it, but to have a small role in it was great. And now it's a thrill to be able to chronicle it for people, and I hope that this is a story that people will turn back to for decades to know, how did we get here? And that's the story that Big League City tells.
Exactly. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Angie.